Alright, so if you clicked on this video, then most likely you're a beginner in the gym and you're making absolutely no progress, and these could be the 5 reasons why. Number 1, you neglect your diet. A big mistake a lot of beginners make in the gym is they don't take care of the diet, their diet. So basically they eat whatever they want, but then they train hard and then they wonder why they don't get any results. Most of the time, a lot of beginners, they think they can eat whatever they want and just get like results just like that, but that's not how it works. The truth is, diet is just as important as training. You have to put more effort into your diet as you are into your training. So a lot of beginners, what they do is they eat a lot of fast food, they eat a lot of shit, they eat a lot of processed food, and what that does, it doesn't really allow them to perform optimally in the gym. And because of processed food, like since processed food has very low nutritional value, they don't hit their macros, they don't hit their macros, they don't hit their calories, and that's what stops beginners from like progressing in the gym. What I recommend you guys to do is to eat 80% nutrients dense foods, and then 20% you can eat whatever you want just for sustainability. So some highly nutritious foods include potatoes, rice, beef, chicken, vegetables, what else, so, like olive oil, avocado. All of these are gonna help you perform better in the gym and also help you guys build muscle and lose fat. And okay, not only do you have to eat nutritious foods, but you also have to track your calories and track your calories as well, because if you don't track what you eat, how are you going to know if you're making progress or not? Basically, okay, so if you want to gain muscle, it's better to be in a calorie surplus, basically where you eat more calories than you burn. And if you want to lose fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit where you burn more calories than you eat. How are you guys going to know if you're in a calorie deficit or in a calorie surplus if you guys don't track your calories? So yeah, what I recommend you guys to do, so in order to track your calories, this is what you do. First, you have to find out your caloric maintenance. So what you do, you go on Google, you search up TDEE calculator, you enter in all your details, and that's gonna give you your caloric maintenance. And then whether you want to gain muscle or lose fat, you adjust it. So say for example, you want to gain muscle, you want to eat in a calorie surplus, and your calorie maintenance is 2000 calories, add 200 calories to that, so that's 2200 calories. That's how much calories you need to eat in order to gain muscle. Now on the other hand, if you guys want to lose fat, you guys have to be in a calorie deficit. So as I was saying, if you guys caloric maintenance is 2000 calories, just subtract 200 from that, so that's 1800 calories. That's how much calories you need if you guys want to lose fat. So make sure you guys track your calories, because that was a mistake that I made as a beginner, and I probably could have made even more progress if I started tracking my calories. Another mistake that when it comes to nutrition is a lot of people do understand like calories in versus calories out, but what they don't understand is not all calories are the same. So 200 calories of donut versus 200 calories of chicken breast is not the same. If you eat the donut, then you're most likely going to feel lethargic. You're not going to perform as well in the gym, you're not going to build that much muscle, and you're also not going to be able to lose fat, because the thing is, when you eat the donut, it's not going to satiate you as much. So you're not going to be full from eating it. And what it does, the donut, it actually spikes your sugar levels, your insulin levels, so it's going to make you more hungry, and that's going to make you crave more donuts, and that's how you're going to end up binge eating and gaining more fat. Whilst on the other hand, if you have like 200 calories of chicken and rice, the thing is, the chicken and rice, first of all, it has a good amount of carbohydrates, so it's actually going to help you perform better in the gym. Second of all, the protein from the chicken, it's going to help you build more muscle, but it's also going to help you lose more fat as well. Because the thing is, if you're trying to cut and you eat chicken breast, chicken breast is one of the best foods to cut, because it has high protein, so it's gonna make you feel more satiated, and since it's gonna make you feel more satiated, you're less likely to overeat, and that's how it's easier to lose fat if you eat chicken breast or any other clean food compared to these processed shit like donuts, burgers and chips. So yeah, that's what you gotta understand. It's not only about the quantity of food, I mean, yes, you can get away with eating some junk food, but make sure that most of your foods come from nutritious sources, so that you guys are able to, you know, feel more satiated, perform well in the gym as well, and it actually helps you, you know, build more muscle and lose more fat at the same time. Okay, so the second mistake that a lot of beginners make is that they go into the gym without a plan. Like, they literally go into the gym and they do whatever. They just do random exercises. Like, you know, they do 3 sets of chest press and then move on to like 2 sets of leg press, and then do back, and then, you know, do some shoulders, and then call that a good workout. Like, you guys do realize that that's hindering your progress. You need to know what you're going to do before you actually go into the gym. So what I recommend you guys to do is first pick a split. It could be either push pull legs, upper lower, full body split, and then pick like for each muscle group, pick 2 exercises, and then like split that out into your, you know, workout program. So say for example, you chose 2 chest exercises, bench press and incline dumbbell press, and you do 2, and you're running a push pull legs workout program. So what you guys can do, you can split those 2 chest exercises into 2 push days. So maybe one day you do bench press, and then the next day you can do that incline dumbbell bench press. It's so important to have a workout program, so you guys actually know, first of all, you guys actually know what you're doing, and second of all, you guys are able to actually track like what you're doing. Because if your workouts are all over the place and they're all random, you're not gonna understand, you know, if you made progress or not. So yeah, if you guys really like are struggling to get to like make your own workout program, just hit me up on Instagram and I'll see how I can help you guys out. So another thing is, do exercises that you actually enjoy. Like, say for example, a coach gives you a workout program and he says bench press, and you don't like the bench press, don't do it. Like, you don't have to do the bench press to, like, you know, make gains. Just do a similar exercise. So say for example, if you like machines better than like barbell bench press, just do that. Because like, the thing is, if you like something, you're going to be more likely to stick to it. So just go into the gym with a plan and like actually know what you're doing in the gym before you actually get there. So like, you know, it saves you a lot of time and a lot of hassle. The third tip that I have for you guys, that a mistake that a lot of beginners make in the gym, is they do a bunch of junk volume. Like, to be honest, it used to be me. Like, when I first started off in the gym, I used to do like 50 sets for every single muscle group. Actually no, I'm exaggerating a bit there, but like I used to do like 3-4 exercises for every single muscle group, but little did I know, like 1 to 2 exercises was enough. Like you see these people hitting like 20 sets for biceps. Like, they'll do barbell bicep curls, and then they'll move on to dumbbell biceps, and then they'll do cable curls. As you do realize you don't need that many sets in order for you guys to grow muscle. Like, if you guys just do 1 or 2 exercises per muscle group, that's literally more than enough. So not only do beginners do a whole bunch of exercises, but they do a whole bunch of sets for each exercise. And the truth is, you don't need that much volume to grow. So there's been studies to show that just one set to absolute failure will give you 90% of the gains. So technically, if you do 2 sets, that's more than enough for your gains. And then you have these beginners doing 5 to 7 sets of like bench press, and then 5 to 7 sets of incline press. Bro, that's way too much. Like, the thing is, if you do that many sets, it's actually going to like slow down your progress rather than make you, you know, progress. Like, it's going to slow down your progress rather than, you know, increase your progress. Always preach this: training with higher intensity and training with lower volume. Like, it's way better to do 2 to 3 sets all the way to failure rather than 4 to 5 sets per exercise nowhere near failure. You will achieve way more results if you guys train all the way to failure and you guys train with maximum intensity. Remember, it's not always about how much you train, it's about how hard you train as well. In terms of volume as well, like, another mistake that like beginners make is that they don't take rest days. They'll literally take 7 days, or they'll literally train 7 days a week. Like, Okay, what a lot of beginners don't understand is rest. Your muscles don't grow when you're actually in the gym. That's only when your muscles are being teared. Your muscles grow when you're resting. So basically, every single rest day you take, that's actually when your muscles are growing. So that's so the biggest mistake a beginner can make is not taking any rest days. Because first of all, if you don't take any rest days, your body is not gonna recover properly. So you're not gonna be able to push that hard in your training sessions. And second of all, as I said, like rest is when your muscles grow. Like, and when you're training, so let me explain the whole process. When you're training, your body is basically just tearing down muscles, and then it's being repaired when you're eating protein. So that's when the repairing process takes place. And then when you're resting, that's when they actually start growing. So technically, the more rest you take, the better. But it does get to a point where resting too much doesn't get, like, resting too much like has its downsides. So the sweet spot is taking at least 2 rest days per week. So I recommend 2 to 3 rest days per week. That should be more than enough for you guys to make good progress. So the fourth mistake that a lot of beginners make in the gym is not applying progressive overload. So progressive overload, you need progressive overload to grow, because like, okay, so if you guys don't know what progressive overload is basically increasing the stimulus over time. Because if you train like in the gym, like with the same amount, like doing the same thing over and over again, like your body's gonna get used to it, you know? You're not gonna grow if you don't push your muscles, like if you don't constantly push your muscles. That's why in order to grow, you need to apply progressive overload. Progressive overload can be done in 4 ways, either by increasing your weight, increasing your reps, increasing your sets, decreasing your rest time, or it can also be done by improving your form every single session. So let me guys give you an example of progressive overload. So say for example, 1 week you did bench press 50 kilos for 3 sets. The next week, in order for you guys to progressively overload, you guys want to be increasing the stimulus. So for example, if you guys did like 50 kilos for 3 sets for like 8 reps, next week you want to try 50 kilos, 3 sets, 9 reps. And then 50 kilos, 3 sets, 10 reps. Or you guys can do 52.5 kilos, 3 sets, 8 reps. And then just keep on like improving your weight, your reps and your sets. A good way to know if you've progressively overloaded properly is just to track your progress and compare it to what you guys were lifting, like, you know, like previously. So say for example, if you're lifting 60 kilo bench press right now, in a couple of months you shouldn't be at 60 kilos. You guys should be at least like 80 or 100 kilos. Like that's how you guys know that you've progressively overloaded. And you've also, thing is, progressive overload is the main driver of growth. That's what a lot of people say. Like, if you think about it, a stronger muscle is a larger muscle. So let me give you another example. 2 people, one bench is 60 kilograms, another bench is 120. Who do you think is gonna who do you think is gonna have bigger pecs? Obviously the person who benches 120, because they're more stronger and they've actually applied progressive overload properly. So another thing, I was talking about tracking food here. You guys also gotta track your lifts as well. Make sure your lifts are increasing like at least every single week or every single fortnight. So you know you guys are actually getting stronger in the gym and you guys are building new muscle due to you guys, you know, getting stronger and, you know, getting more stimulus. So the last point that a lot of beginners make, man, it's a bit like studying, but like, okay, so the last point a lot of beginners make is they're not consistent. Why do you think most people are not jacked? Like the average person, like that you walk past is not jacked. Why do you think that is? Because they're not consistent. Do you know that 90% of beginners quit after 3 months? It's crazy, right? Because the thing is, if you really want to be good at something, you have to do it over and over and over again. Repetition. You have to get good at it. So basically, lifting and hitting the gym, it's basically a skill. Like the better lifter you are, the more progress you're gonna make in the gym, the more muscle you're gonna have, the better physique you're gonna have. And in order to get better at that school, in order to get better at lifting, you have to consistently lift over a long period of time. And consistency doesn't only come in the gym, it also comes in your diet. Like a lot of people, they can't consistently stick to a proper diet over a long period of time, you know. Maybe one day they're like, their diet is good, but then the next day, like they absolutely slack off, they binge eat, and then before they know it, they're back to square one, you know. They're back to where they started. And that's why a lot of people, they can't make progress in the gym, in their physique, because, you know, they're not consistent. They're not, you know, as I said, if you want to be better at something, you gotta consistently do it over a long period of time. So if you guys diet and you guys lift for a long period of time, you're gonna get better at that skill. You guys are gonna get better at lifting, and you guys are gonna get better at dieting. The better you are at lifting and the better you are at dieting, the better physique you're going to have. Do what most people don't want to do in order to get the results that most people don't get. Most people have a bad diet, but you, since you're trying to have a good physique, you can't have a bad diet. Most people, they don't train hard in the gym, but for you, if you want to get a good physique, you have to train on the gym. Most people have a bad physique, but you can't do what they say because you want a good physique. You get what I mean? So like, do what most people don't do in order to get the results that most people don't get. So those were the 5 common mistakes that a lot of beginners make in the gym. Let's just have a recap. So first, you gotta have a good diet. Second, you gotta have an actual plan. You gotta know what you're doing in the gym before you actually go into workout. Number 3, you gotta stop doing a bunch of junk volume. You gotta, train more with intensity than volume. Number 4, you gotta apply progressive overload and add new stimulus to your workout every single session. And then number 5, you gotta be consistent. That's it for the video. Hopefully you guys found this valuable. And yeah, until next time, peace out.